Yeah, we back with another interesting video. Now, I'm not even gonna waste no time. I'm gonna run the footage and I'm gonna come back with my commentary. Let's go.
It is 2023 and it's time, if you are dating with the intention for marriage, that you accept that your potential husband, partner, wife, whomever may not look like you, may not talk like you, may not think like you, and may not vote like you. Oh my goodness, Marshauna's talking politics. No, I'm not. I'm just here to say that no matter what side of the political aisle that you're on, are you really going to divide your house, your home, your life, your potential to find marriage, love, and provision based on whatever the political issue is? Now, okay, everything within reason. I'm not telling you to stretch yourself so far beyond your beliefs. If you believe in something, hey, go hard. But keep in mind that if you're a woman dating for a man who is not going to make you go 50-50, he was going to pay all the bills, retire you, provide for every children, give you a comfortable lifestyle, he probably has a traditional mindset. And men with traditional mindsets who are providers tend to be conservative. Think about that. You all are weeding out people in your dating profile because you look at the political affiliation and you say, oh, no. Oh, I don't like that. Maybe even if somebody has a different political belief than you do, maybe they don't go too hard. Maybe they're not all the way left. Maybe they're not all the way right. Maybe they're somewhere in the middle. Why don't you try to find the things that you connect on and you agree on than the things that separate you that you disagree on? I don't want discord in your home either, but what I'm trying to say to you is, do you need him at the march? Or do you need him out here working, making money, and paying a mortgage, paying the car note, paying for school for the children? What do you really need and what do you really want? Let's really think about this. And this needed to be said because we're eliminating, not me, I'm married, been married for 3 years. But a lot of us in the dating space are eliminating people based on, these beliefs that we hold so dear. I've learned I don't hold anything too close. There's certain things. I have my sacred cows. But there are things that I don't hold so close that it's going to prevent me from opening my eyes to see who is for me. A lot of people shade me because my husband's white. And they say, oh, you only have that life because you have a white husband. And oh my God, you and your white husband. I don't care. We are...
Yeah, we back. Now, before I jump into my commentary, let's see how some of the women reacted on social media, man. Listen, the women was not trying to hear it. The women, they're not trying to hear it. I'm surprised, but hey, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. Now, let's take a look up on the screen. This woman right here says, I'm crying because she's trying to make herself feel better about marrying a white Republican. Now, yeah, brothers, I did the research. And the paperwork came back as you would expect. She married a gentleman of European descent. Yes, indeed. Now, first of all, we should have already knew that because when she said, listen, he might be conservative. Listen, even conservative black men don't claim the title of conservative. So once a woman talking about he might be conservative, she talking about, listen, she looking for the Europeans, bro. She on the hunt for the Europeans, man. Now, my commentary might be a bit controversial, so I'll save it towards the end of the video. Now, let's continue looking at these tweets. This woman right here says, shared morals and values are kind of the crux of comparability. How you vote or what your political beliefs are reflect that. And I agree. Next tweet. I should just look the other way as my partner votes to cage children, whip Haitians, cut off resources for the poor and disabled, bomb people, remove my reproductive rights, alienate the LGBT because I want my children to go to college and have nice things at home. Shit. Next tweet. You'll compromise your values so that somebody can take care of you financially. Are y'all that lazy and pathetic? Yes, brother. Yes. Next tweet. No integrity, just flowing wherever the wind blows. This is so despicable and clearly shows she stands for nothing and is encouraging others to do the same. Actually, she does stand for something, marrying bigots as long as they can pay the bills. Now, I don't know this person. I don't know the political beliefs of her husband or anything like that. I just seen this video like 20 minutes ago and I'm just reacting to it, bro. So if y'all know her, get into the comment section and let me know what she's about. Anyways, let's continue. Next tweet. Oh Lord, just date the Republicans silently. Damn. Next tweet. Marrying someone who doesn't agree with you politically is an idiot's privilege. I'm not getting married to somebody that's going to hit the polls and try to vote minority groups into oblivion. Hey, man, listen. I'm going to touch on that in my commentary a little later on. Next tweet. Yeah, we can disagree on sports and pizza, but marrying somebody with different political and religious beliefs is a recipe for disaster and essentially setting yourself up for divorce. I agree. Next tweet. Yeah, all that sounds good until he's beating your ass because he found out you voted Democrat. Hey, man. Anyways. Next tweet. I'm sorry, but your political views kind of reflect your morals and values. Imagine you as a woman believing in pro-choice and reproductive rights and the man you married voted against those rights. Now, let's jump into my commentary, man. Now, first things first, this lady right here, she's simply part of a faction of black women that love to advertise and promote and act as a saleswoman for this lifestyle. You know what I mean? Marrying a white man and shit like that. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is if the CIA sent these women out into the street, into the environment, but I don't know. It is what it is. She just advertising her way of life to rationalize it and encouraging other black women to join into her same way of life. One thing you got to understand, anything you're seeing right now in the modern day, nothing is new. It happened before, and I guarantee if you go up into her bloodline, back on the plantation, she was up in a big house, you know what I'm saying? She was one of Master's mistresses, you know what I'm saying? She was able to rationalize everything around her because listen, as long as me and my multiracial mulatto son, my mulatto daughter, we get to live up in Master's big house, you know what I'm saying? With the heating and the cooling and the porridge and the fresh meats and the fresh steak, man, fuck them niggas out in the field. You know what I'm saying? We living good up in here. And yes, just like in the present day, they try to rationalize it and act as a saleswoman to other black women as well. Tell them, hey man, you got to come up in the big house with me. Don't you see I'm living good? I'm having nice things. I'm eating good. I'm eating steaks. I'm eating chickens and fish. I'm eating french fries and sandwiches and ham sandwiches and eggs and bacon. I'm living good. You don't want to be up in the big house with me? And the other black woman was sitting back like, nah. In fact, me and Leroy about to escape tomorrow night. You don't want to come? She was like, what? Escape? And go where? Bottom line is, nothing that you see happening today is new. It's been happening since centuries past, bro. All up and down the bloodline. I guarantee it. We love to romanticize the past like every one of us was just some warrior and we're just fighting against the system. When the vast majority of y'all it wasn't like that, bro. It wasn't like that. Majority of y'all, nah, it wasn't like that. We are the reincarnation of our ancestors today. So if somebody had a certain warrior spirit, they most likely had that back in 1845. You know what I mean? If somebody's a punk, a coward today, they probably had that back in 1755 too. And this woman right here, as you can see, she does not come from that lineage, that bloodline, that stock of black women that, that we admire, that we venerate. She does not come from that. She comes from those black women that laid down and assimilated into the system and told her children to do the same. And first things first, she played herself because, as I'm going to discuss later in my commentary, these powerful traditional men that she's looking for, they tend to marry within their own ethnic group, and they tend to align themselves with women who share their same values, beliefs, things like that. They align with other powerful and influential families that also share their same values and beliefs. Nobody's gonna invite you into their inner circle when you don't even match politically or anything like that. Come on, man. You just looking for money. You just desperate, bro. You can tell by her energy and what she said that she's coming from humble backgrounds. You know what I mean? She just happy to be here. And even though she might have got lucky, her advice is not going to serve anybody well on this current scene that we got right now. In the current landscape, trust me, and I'm going to get involved in that later. But let me get back to what I said previously about the previous generations. Many of us may not know it, but the experiences of our ancestors has an effect on us in the modern day. Studies have shown that experiences and even traumatic events can leave epigenetic marks on our DNA that can be passed down to future generations. For example, a study focused on Holocaust survivors and their children found that the children showed changes in DNA patterns associated with stress response genes, even though they did not experience the trauma themselves. Now, we got to discuss how her entire commercial that she put on talking about date conservative white men. Listen, let me tell you why that's not going to be likely for the vast majority of black women. We got to keep it honest. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but I should have. Powerful men, these powerful men that she's looking for that can pay all the bills and do all this high-powered shit, they tend to marry women within their own ethnic group, and they tend to align with other powerful families within their own ethnic group, other families who share their interests, especially in politics and economics. Now, this lady on the screen, apparently she found her white man. I don't think he's no high-powered top 1% white man, but I'm talking to the other women who might see her message and get carried away and think she's speaking facts. Let me bring you down to reality, my sisters. Please, don't be listening to these goofballs on the internet. This is coming from a black man who comes from a top 1% family. Okay, so I can give you a perspective on how, they operate at this level in the game. The reason why you see men of a certain status, they tend to marry within their own ethnic group, right? When you see these presidents, these heads of states, these leaders, these captains of industry, these businessmen, they tend to marry a woman within their own ethnic group. People falsely assume and think that, it's because they want to keep the wealth within the group, which is halfway true. But the real reason why is because marriage within one's own ethnic group helps to maintain your cultural traditions and your values. Powerful families view this as an important way to preserve their cultural identity and their heritage. Going back to what I said before, you can tell this chick right here, she comes from humble background. She's very desperate. She's just happy to be here. But people who are not just happy to be here, they're not just thinking about, having their bills paid. They're thinking way bigger. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking way bigger on a different level. She thinking, man, I just want someone to pay my goddamn light bill and shit like that. You want some small, you small fry. You know what I'm saying? Sit down, stop talking. She's thinking about having her bills paid within this month, over the next few months. Other people are thinking about the next 15 years, 45 years, 60 years. You know what I'm saying? And when these women talking about they gonna date outside the race, the only men you really have access to outside the race is the average Joe Schmoes. You don't got access to the big boys in the game, the big players in the game. And the same goes for black men, even black men at my level. You know, you guys look at the ball players and the entertainers, but the black men who just, you know, everyday man, just getting up every day, going to work, he's married to a woman of his own ethnic group 9 times out of 10. You look at the successful Nigerian professional, married to a Nigerian woman. You look at the successful Ghanaian professional, married to a Ghanaian woman. You see the successful Haitian professional, married to a Haitian woman. Even growing up, all my friends' parents, all the kids I went to school with, they father was married to a woman in their own ethnic group. It wasn't a bunch of all these different, you know, mismatched puzzle piece marriages that these women be talking about. It ain't like that in real life. These powerful men you looking for, it ain't going down like that. You know, get off TikTok for a while, get off social media for a while. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you get past the cultural connections, then you get into things like the wealth and things like that, consolidating wealth and power. That is also another reason why people marry within their own ethnic group, to help consolidate wealth and power within the family lines. And usually it involves the joining of 2 powerful families coming together. This can strengthen their economic and political influence and provide opportunities for both families to collaborate on future ventures together as a unit. That's how families expand their power. That's how it works at this level in the game, man. You know, these dudes ain't taking, you know, random women off the street, you know what I'm saying, that don't come from nothing. It ain't going down like that, bro. Like, stop it. These dudes at this level ain't doing charity like that. These women are looking for a charity case. Listen, these dudes ain't out here doing charity like that. You know, they might trick on you here and there, but it ain't going down like that. Stop it. Ladies, get off TikTok. Let's continue. Now, once you get past the cultural connections, once you get past the consolidation of wealth and power and things like that, all that combined, this can help strengthen a family's influence and position in society. That's why they do this. They can pool their resources together, combine their connections, and achieve common goals and protect their mutual interests. So my message to this lady is, instead of encouraging other women, especially the younger, naive women on TikTok, to sacrifice their beliefs, sacrifice everything they stand for, just so some rich dude can pay their phone bill or some shit like that. Come on, man. Come on, man. The energy of poverty, desperation, and brokenness is heavy in the air. It's heavy in the atmosphere right now. It's a strong scent of poverty and desperation and dilapidation in the air right now. And unfortunately, these type of messages can be attractive to women who come from humble backgrounds, but I just got to give them the game. Simple and plain. Your best bet is to just find a hardworking man who gets up every day at the same time, goes to sleep at the same time, responsible, consistent, and he's going to take care of you. You don't got to get the big mansion on the lake and the big yacht and the big Benz and shit like that. Just get a hardworking man. Even if he makes $53,000 a year. If he's a hardworking man, he's consistent, he gets up every morning, handles his business, takes care of the kids, take care of the home. And most women today, regardless of race, are contributing to their household. So we got to let go of this dream that you're going to be, you know, laying up with your feet up, kicked up, just enjoying life. Stop it, bro. Stop this princess, British royal family, Meghan Markle bullshit that y'all be talking about, man. And first things first, contrary to popular belief, people say that the women are in charge of instructing the children and passing down the culture to the children. But in my opinion, in the household that I grew up in, it's the men that set the parameters of the culture. So if you're going to marry some, you know, some Republican, you know, pickup truck riding bigot Klan member, then I'm sorry to tell you, your half white biracial kids are going to be walking around confused, not knowing who they are, not knowing what direction to go in life because you wanted to have your bills paid and wear Louis Vuitton. I mean, it is what it is. And like I said before, anything you see in the modern day is simply history repeating itself. So anyways, man, it's your boy Neferkari Desalegn back in the building. Yes, indeed. Like, share, subscribe, Cash App in the description. And I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass. And I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas. Falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling the tension. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Pay for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art, and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands, cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.